In today's video, I'll be sharing my 6 days Chongqing and Chengdu itinerary, and I'll then end off with some reflections and thoughts. I sincerely hope that this guide will help you, as personally I feel that China is a very nice place to explore, but there are definitely some things I wish I knew beforehand. Anyway, the trip started with us taking an 8:30 flight with SQ. Why 8:30? It's because it seems like everyone in Singapore is also going to China, hence we could not get a good timing. Here are some pictures of the family posing for the camera. You can see it's all smiles as this is our first time going to China as a family. And here is us minutes after collecting our luggage. The reason why everyone is looking so shagged is because our flight was 8:30 PM and we reached Chongqing Airport at 1 AM in the morning. And even though it was a pleasant flight, the kids were so cranky. Note to self, never choose such a timing anymore. We booked the Roosevelt service apartments for our stay in Chongqing, which was very close to Jiefang Bay. Wow, I tell you, when I saw the main entrance, I was silently praying to myself, please make the room good. Please make the room good. If not, my wife will kill me. But wow, check it out. Not bad, right? And it cost us less than $100 Sing a night. This is how the room was supposed to look like via trips.com, and I will say the expectation met. You can find more information on this hotel via my trip.com affiliate link down below. If I were to go back to Chongqing again, I'll definitely be considering Roosevelt service apartment for sure. For the first day, we headed over the Guangming Qiao. Breakfast was pork buns, and I tell you, they were so good. My 3 kids are really not easy to feed, especially the little one, but all 3 devoured the buns, and I had to buy seconds as well. This is the shop, and I highly recommend that you check it out, for it was so juicy. Oh yeah, and apparently China is all cashless. So I used Alipay and I paired it to my Instaram Amaze Card. This allowed me to just spend, knowing that I'm getting a very competitive exchange rate and also credit card reward points. I've left the affiliate link to my Amaze Card in the description down below, so if you're keen, then do consider clicking on it. And I have also made a video explaining the Amaze Card, which I'll place next to the link as well. By the way, while we were walking around, this reporter interviewed my son in Chinese. And for those of you who do not know, my wife is the only one in my family who can speak Chinese fluently. The rest of us, we really can't make it. So I was so shocked when my son was able to actually complete the whole interview in Mandarin. That was really a proud moment as a father. The next destination was Ciqikou. This place was so beautiful, and even though there was a slight drizzle, the weather did not really dampen our spirits. And if any of you guys are like my wife, cannot take cold at all, then these heat packs from Decathlon are really a lifesaver. You just rub it and place them in your pockets or any part of your body, and they will just keep you warm. Anyway, I'm so glad that Ciqikou actually retained much of its traditional architecture with very narrow cobblestone streets. There is a lot of local street food. Over here, you can see my kids enjoying some mai ya tang, which is a traditional Chinese candy, as well as some mochi. I found this old town very lively, but one thing to be cautioned about is the streets. It's so uneven and definitely not stroller friendly. In fact, I would advise you to wear comfortable walking shoes if you were to visit China, as there is really a lot of walking. I like that there are photo-taking opportunities everywhere. A lot of Instagrammable spots can also be found here. This town is also filled with shops selling local handicrafts, souvenirs, etc. This is us buying some rice wine home to Singapore. There are also a lot of nice tea spots where you can just sit down, relax, have tea, and just soak in the atmosphere. We ended the first day with a visit to Hong Ya Dong, which is supposed to be famous for its stunning architecture and vibrant atmosphere. You can see that the structures are all built along a cliff, and it is illuminated at night, hence making it super pretty. I went and got my ears cleaned over here, and if you top up some money, you can even watch it on video. Here is a short snippet of my video. Personally, I never knew my ears were that dirty. It was really a very unusual experience, to say the least. To me personally, Hong Ya Dong is a very scenic spot. There are a lot of scenic places where you can take photos. You can also rent costumes and pose around the area. I actually wanted to get my family to do that, but no one wanted to cooperate as it was just too cold. Anyway, for this place, it was just too much walking for us, so we explored a little part of it and then called it a night. We started day 2 with a long trip to Xianyishan, which is located in Chongqing's Wulong district. By the way, the drive to Xianyishan is around 3 hours long. It was a very relaxing drive all the way up. We saw a lot of villagers and people planting crops, which was very different as compared to the hustle and bustle of the city. There were various pit stops along the way where you can use the bathroom and also buy snacks and fruits. But the last part of the mountain was very very windy. It's a bit like driving up Genting Highlands. My baby struggled so much and kept crying, so if you're traveling with young children, please bring a lot of ointment for car sickness. Towards the end, there is also this option to take a train, and I would recommend taking it as it was a very scenic ride up. So this is Xianyushan, a very beautiful place, and it was the first time any of us had ever seen snow, so it was super exciting. My two elder kids enjoyed throwing snowballs at each other, but it was just too cold for my youngest, so she was crying most of the time. Anyway, if you plan to visit Xianyushan during winter, please be warned, it's super duper cold. Please wear thick socks and proper footwear. Please don't be a hero like me. Go up and wear onisukas. There was a point where I really could not feel my toes. In fact, there is a shop at the entrance where you can buy gloves, hats, mittens at a very affordable price. There is also a very small cafe there where you can get hot tangyuans and tea and view the scenery outside as well. After Xianyushan, our driver took us to a very small restaurant located around the corner for lunch, and it was so good. Personally, I think the food in China is just next level. It's so full of flavor and yet affordable. And if you have children, you can always ask for a very non-spicy option. My kids ate so much that day. Over here, you can see the owner of the restaurant showing my kids his pet giant salamander. And if you guys are visiting Xianyushan, then the next place to visit will be Wulong, a UNESCO World Heritage Site which happens to be just around the corner. So when you reach Wulong, you'll be greeted by this giant bumblebee statue. It's here because apparently this location was featured in the Transformer movie. So what should you expect from Wulong? Let me be honest here, the scenery here is superb, beautiful. Everywhere we turn, we see nice cliffs, lush forests, etc. There is also a very nice glass elevator that you can take all the way down to enjoy the scenery from top to bottom. So if you are a nature lover, I would definitely encourage you to check Wulong out. But walao, if you're like me, I have to bring kids as well as old folks, then please take note that this attraction is also very challenging. There is legit a lot of walking involved. Just for context, I started this trip at 3:30 p.m. and we completed the whole journey by 6:30 p.m. In fact, my 4-year-old's legs were so tired. I had to hire a rickshaw to carry both myself and my girl down the steps at one point for 200 yuan. This is a video of my wife with the kids climbing down the stairs. At the bottom of the stairs, you'll find this very little area to take pictures as well. It's really very nice, but very tiring at the same time. And that concluded day 2. I would say that everyone was craving for a foot massage because we walked so much and my kids fell asleep in a snap. For the third day, we woke up very early so as not to miss our train ride to Chengdu. The train ride is very smooth and we reached Chengdu on time. It took us around 1.5 hours and we saw the rural side of China. Our driver in Chengdu recommended us to try this restaurant for lunch. I think it's called Tao De Sha Guo and it's really good. Sorry, my Chinese way too one. We ordered so much food and surprisingly there were no leftovers. My kids devoured everything. The service here is also top notch. There was always a staff ensuring that everything was okay. So with a full belly, we went to explore Jinlin Ancient Street, which is a very vibrant pedestrian street and one of the city's most popular tourist attractions. Personally, I like how they restored this place to reflect some sort of Qing Dynasty style architecture, so it felt like I was transported back in time to ancient China. There were a lot of shops selling calligraphy, opera masks and other traditional crafts, but please take note that this is not cheap. And if you happen to go to this place, please allocate at least 2 hours or more to explore it fully. My youngest was sleeping in the car nearby, hence we kind of just blitzed our way through. Quite sad as there was just so many things to explore here. After this, we headed to Chunxi Road, which is apparently a famous shopping street for some shopping. But with 3 kids, how to shop? Everyone was grumbling all the way, and as the weather was like 5 degrees and it was drizzling some more, so it was not really an enjoyable experience. Hence, we called our driver to bring us to our last spot for the day, and it was a face-changing performance, also known as Bianlian. Okay, this one I must say is very entertaining. There are several performances leading up to the main event and my kids really enjoyed every single one of them, especially this one over here. So apparently for Bianlian, the performers would wear very intricate masks to represent various emotions or characters and they will then change them within seconds. My kids were so entertained and it was money well spent. After the performance, we called it a night and checked into our hotel, which is the R Royals Hotel. This is how our hotel was supposed to look via trip.com, and this is what we got. Personally, no complaints. It looked exactly as per description. Not to mention that the prices were reasonable as well. If you are keen to know more about it, then you can view details of this hotel via my trip.com affiliate link down below as well. We started day 4 by waking up very early to visit the pandas over at Xiongmao or Panda Valley. The reason why we chose Xiongmao as compared to the larger, more well-known Chengdu research base of giant panda breeding is because based on TikTok, Xiongmao often have very few visitors, hence offering a more quiet and intimate experience. By the way, this place is designed to be a semi-wild conservation area where giant pandas are prepared for reintroduction into the wild. Hence, you can see a lot of pandas just chilling around. One area that my kids really enjoyed was the free roaming red pandas. In fact, there's a small trail that you can climb up and really watch them up close and personal. It was really a very fun experience for the children. Next, we had lunch over at this restaurant off the beaten track, and look at the food. It was so delicious and my kids ate so much that I had to stop my son from overeating. Actually, it's normally recommended to head over to Dujiangyan, which is a very scenic area where you can see beautiful mountains and rivers, but that's a problem with going in a group, right? My children were just not interested in scenery and my parents were just too tired. So we got our driver to bring us back to our hotel, and both me and my wife booked a 90-minute spa session instead. I can't remember the name of the spa, but you know Chengdu has spas at every corner. Just look at the price. 90 minutes of Tuina cost just 269 yuan. And the rooms are so nice and clean. You can see me enjoying my back massage while the kids were watching Netflix over at the other bed. You may be wondering, hey, China can watch Netflix meh? Surprisingly, I did not do that as well, but apparently I used Eskimo as my eSIM and I was so surprised that I could access my WhatsApp my Netflix, my Disney, my Facebook. 10GB worth of data for China costs US $27, and the good thing is that it has a 2-year validity period and you can transfer your leftover data to friends or family members. I have a video explaining how the Eskimo eSIM works and you can find it in the description down below, and I've also reached out to the good people from Eskimo and they are willing to give 1GB of data to the first 1000 viewers of my channel as long as they type in 1G free in the promo code. Dinner was a random mala hot pot which was not that impressive, but hey, it cost just 300 yen for all of us, so I'm not complaining. Anyway, after dinner, we explored the shopping around Jiaozi Ring Road area and viewed the beautiful 3D digital billboards where you can find beautiful 3D animations of pandas, deers, and other cartoons. And that concluded day 4. For the 5th day, we decided to check out the cottage house of Tu Fu, which is one of China's famous poets, and his work formed a very crucial part of Chinese literature. The cottage is a reconstruction of the simple house where Tu Fu lived, and in it you can see very beautiful gardens lined with bamboo, view pavilions, and courtyards. There are also areas where you can explore exhibits featuring his poetry and calligraphy, and some souvenir stalls as well. Overall, it's a very relaxing area where you can enjoy a bit of history and nature. We spent close to 2 hours exploring his house before moving to the next destination, which is Kwanzai Alley. This is a map of the place. As you can see, the alleys are divided into 3 main sections: Kwan Alley, which is the wide alley; Zai Alley, which is a narrow alley; and Jing Alley, which based on Google Translate means well alley. To be honest, we did not spend a lot of time here, as after a while, everyone was just selling the same things. So we explored for a bit and moved to our 3rd destination, which was Dongjiaoji. This place was supposed to be littered with cafes and good foods to eat, but I guess we are not as atas, so this place did not really speak to us. And most probably it's because the things here were just more pricey. Hence, after about an hour of aimless walking, we moved to our last destination, which was this night market called Jiansi Lu Mei Shi Jie, where we tried some of the local snacks of Chengdu. Personally, no offense, none hit the mark. So instead, we used Xiaohongshu to find what's good around the area and chanced upon this Korean restaurant called Man Xiao Zhan. The 2 dishes which left a very lasting impression was a foie gras with cheese and caviar on toast, as well as their lychee wrapped beef. I will admit that it's not easy to find this restaurant, but if you happen to be around the area, this Korean restaurant is really a must try. My whole family loved it so much. The last day just involved us exploring the shops around the hotel before taking a taxi to the the airport. If you guys are planning a trip to China, I would highly recommend using a travel card and attaching it to your Alipay and WeChat wallet. As China is almost cashless, everything is paid via the scanning of QR codes. For me, I use the Instaram Amaze Card and I found it very convenient, not to mention the fact that it helped me keep track of all my expenses and also ensure I got my credit card rewards. And if you guys are planning to go during the winter, then please get good shoes and socks. Wearing Onitsukas to China during winter is not a good idea. Trust me, my toes were frozen half the time. Also, you might want to get used to squatting toilets. It was a bit of a culture shock for my girls as they were not used to peeing in a squatting toilet, and this was made tougher as we were weaning our youngest from diapers as well. Anyway, that's the end of my sharing. Do smash the like button if this video benefited you, and please consider subscribing to my channel if my videos vibe with you.